Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome to another vloggy. Whoa. What do you reckon on this? Little Henham Hall Farm in Little Henham in Essex, just down the road from Bishop Stortford, so not that far away from Stansted Airport, really. It's beautiful here. And look at that! The sun is shining. It's only a little place. I think there's 5 pitches here, and it's flipping beautiful. Now this is what the Essex countryside's like, okay? I'll just quickly show you around because there's not a lot here. So there's the farmhouse, farm buildings, and look at that. Owls calling last night. I think we've seen a hare run across the field. A plethora of different birds here. As soon as I got here, a green woodpecker flew right over my head and landed in a tree. Ah, flipping cool is that. There's a pond there. There's a walk there through the woods, which is a conservation area. I'll tell you about that later. And you can walk down through that valley over to another village, which I'll take you later on to that, because it looks flipping lovely. And there's a little shop there. There was a tawny owl up that tree yesterday. Our calls that. And that was when we got here. Let me take you and show you what's here. Now the roads getting here are narrow farm roads. Flipping narrow. And one of the, I think there's a 2.5 metre bridge that way. Don't come in that way because you'll have to turn around. And there's another bridge which is 3 metres that way, which you can get under. Just check though. But it's flipping beautiful here. Absolutely stunning. All electric hookup, and you've got over here. What's that in there? I think that's a goldcrest in there. I've got to get my camera out. Typical goldcrest habitat. Is it? I think it is. It is. Result. Hello. Drinking water. Black waste. Bins. Simple as that. That's it. You get nothing else apart from that countryside. I think this is maybe 3 vans here, maybe 4. No, actually 3. There's 3 electrical hookups there. And one of them's plugged into there to give you a bit of extra length. But I've got flipping... I think in that van, I've got 3 25 metre electric cables. Now this woodland is a very special bit of woodland. I've had a little nose in from the edge. Not been in there yet. But it is hornbeam coppice and hazel coppice amongst that lot. And I'm pretty sure that's what it originally was. Now hornbeam, which I'll show you later on, around this area in Essex, had an amazing product made from it. Magical product made from it. Hazel, all the catkins are out. There he is. Raven, you're not a cow. Stop eating the grass. Yeah, and down there's a little pond. Smashing. Happy flipping days. Nice and simple campsite. The owner come out yesterday, Paul. Really nice chap. Easy to communicate with. You basically go on the site. I think it's a CL site. Go on, email. They'll email you back whether you can stay or not. Job done. But it is glorious day. I'm in a t-shirt. I've got this over the top, but I could not wear this. It's so warm today. And that pond down there, I walk down there and there's 2 Setties warblers, or Chetties warblers. Setties warblers. Down there, amongst all the bramble around the edge of the pond. Made up. But yeah, there's a few ash in there, a few oak, but predominantly it's all this hazel and those trees there look like something off of Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. They're hornbeam. But there's lots of activity in here. Here, see that? Deer going into there. So I think I'm going to put a trail cam out there. Deer going into there, through that. And this looks to me like a badger trail. Look at that. Can you see how deep that's carved in to that grass? All the way through there. And they'll use that time and time. A lot of our footpaths and roads in the UK, certainly around Essex, were put on top of badger trails because the badgers use them so much through the woodlands and the forests and fields and stuff that they carved out trails so nothing grew on them, so humans could get down them. So they started using them, then deer use them, then foxes use them, and nothing then grows on it, so it becomes a trail. And that's where it's going in now. I can see a couple of deer prints there, but not as prominent as over there, so I suspect this is a deer trail, a badger trail. So I'm going to put my trail cam, hopefully, on there where that hornbeam stall is. I'm well happy. Sun's out, nature's everywhere, and we're away in Gladys. We're away for a good week. Yeah, good week. We come back, I'm having Gladys serviced. I've got a doctor's appointment. I've actually got in to see a human. I went into my doctor's and said I want a doctor's appointment. They said, oh, we've got a telephone call in like 3 weeks' time. I went, no, I want to see a human doctor. I don't want to talk to one on the telephone, because the last time I spoke to one on the telephone, I found out they wasn't a doctor. There was some sort of, I don't know, consultant desk clerk. That really annoyed me. So you don't know who you're talking to. I want to go in and see a flipping doctor. Anyway, GP's rant of the day. Straight away, get you started. That's that out of the way. That's me rant gone. Sammy's getting sorted. I'm having another cup of tea. Raven's standing now. There he is. And we're going to go for a walk and explore. Show you the surrounding countryside. Show you that village over there because it looks pucker. And if I've got enough time on the end of this video, I'm going to do a good old nature trail around here. See what we can find. Because I know you like that. See what's coming up. See what's forageable. See what trees and wildlife are about. What do you reckon on that then? Plan? Right. Come on, Sammy. Stop eating biscuits. Let's go. Let's go for a walk, eh? Right. There's Gladys. All parked up, plugged in, lovely. There's Samantha. There's Raven. Stop talking. Let's go for a walk. Alright, fucking calm down, mate. So over there's the pond. We're going to take you down to this footpath now. But as you can see, this is a huge woodland here. I'm going to go and have a good old route round that. There was buzzards flying yesterday. We got here. You can get on site about at 2 o'clock. There's a code on the gate. They come down, let you in, and then give you the gate code. Come on, Raven. And then you can come and go as you please. I mean, we've just pulled up. We ain't going nowhere. Just wanted to go for a walk today. Nice walk. Stretch our legs in the sunshine. Happy flipping days. There's that pond there. Let's take you over and show you that. There was a coot on there, and as I said, when I went down there was a couple of Setty's warblers flew off the bank there. But that looks like a dogwood in there. But the buzzards are in there. We're going to walk down there because there's a footpath there. Show you this pond. Yeah, that's a dogwood there. That red stuff. Look at that. I do love a pond. There's plenty of tracks around here, so it looks like the deer may come down here and drink. Well, they come down here anyway. I can see the footprints. Look at that. I do love a pond. Be nice for a bit of pond dipping in there, wouldn't it? Lovely. So I've noticed online there's a few people putting pictures of frog spawn up now. They've said, what's these white bits in the frog spawn? Now, this time of year it's a bit cold. So you'll have the bigger animals come out, the bigger frogs come out, which are female. And what they'll do is they're so heavily laden with eggs, spawn, they'll go down and spawn. However, they won't be fertilised, and that's why they're white. So bear that in mind. Here we go, what's this here? There's your footpath sign. Point it down here. Let's go and have a look. That's my first skylark I've heard this year. Listen to her sing. Awesome. Look at that. And that glorious sight. All them catkins. Fantastic. So this is where the pollen comes from. And those little things there, those little purple spots are the flowers, which is where your hazelnuts will grow from. Beautiful, aren't they? Look at that. Absolutely stunning tree. It's got so many catkins on it. Oh, the catkins are edible as well, and the flowers. Don't know if I'd like to eat the catkins, huh? Beautiful. And this one's ash. Beautiful tree. Sadly suffering, a lot of them are suffering from an imported disease called ash dieback. But you can see they're one of the last trees to leaf, and they've got these little black, almost like deer's hoof buds, and this elephant skin looking bark. And they usually have this lichen on. Like and subscribe. Absolutely gorgeous here. Right, I'm just going to take Raven off me because I just found something I want to show you. Take him, darling. Right, let's get out of the sun. Now, where was it? There. If you can see that, there. That's a badger print. Also, there. You can see that? And you get a bit of grass. Get round out of the sun. So that's your badger print there. They're square in shape. And if you see here, that's the nail marks. And that will be a foreprint. So the front foot. If you notice, you've got this back mark here. So that's what's known as a registered track, or partially registered, because that's the rear pad of the badger. That's the fore pad. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you just see a little mark there. And that's his claws. Obviously that's the front foot, because that's where he rakes out his food with. And you've got pheasants along here, and deer. Brilliant, let's keep our eyes open, see what else we can see. So you can see all the way along here, there's evidence of badgers feeding. They do like the edge of roads, because the worms come out of the field, hit the tarmac and congregate along the edge under the leaves and under the shallow soil. So that's a good place for them to feed on worms. Yeah, there's lots of badgers trails along this hedgerow, and also where the deer go across. Not seen a deer yet. They look like fallow. Quite a large print, round on the end of its cleaves. So, somebody just asked what these two trees were over here. You can see them either side of that pylon, and they're oak. You can see another one there. But you see the hedgerow going along, and then you've got the oak, and then the hedgerow carries on. Well, there would have been a hedgerow going through past both those oaks, and they're boundary oaks. It's to plant oaks on the boundary so the farmer could see them from a long way away and head towards them. So there would have been a hedgerow there, but they ripped lots and lots of hedgerows out from around this area and all over the country. I think at the end of the First World War, beginning of the Second World War, to make the fields bigger so they could get more crops in. So they ripped all this luscious habitat out of hedgerows, which in turn It basically knackered our countryside up because a lot of animals will use the hedgerows and connecting woodlands as pathways, such as red squirrels, for example. That's one of the reasons we ain't got red squirrels down here now, because of habitat destruction, because they don't like going on the ground. So we just come out the country roads. Got this sign here. It's a bit ugly, isn't it? So we're going this way. Henham. Little Henham, which is where the campsite is. Saffron Walden that way. But you can see, as you come in here, there's a sign there, 3 metre high bridge. And it's down here, but it's flipping beautiful here. Essex is an absolutely beautiful county. I mean, look at that there, beautiful house. Little country roads. Doing a bit of a renovation on that house. We're going to walk up this road now, go to Henham. It's quite a quiet road, it's not too bad. You could walk on that verge there. A lot of farmers around this area, my brother lives down the road, will leave this big verge on the side of their fields. And the farmer around where my brother used to live used to do that, and that was so his wife could ride around the fields on a horse and not ride on the road, so it was less dangerous. Now sometimes that's what you'll see around here, and you can see it all around now. But we're on the road, there's not much of a footpath, but you can hop onto there if you need to. Absolutely lovely. It's a bloody rhododendron. The curse of the Scottish Isles. Oh, and it's warm! Wonderful. Happy flipping days, old hiking geezer. There's another way of recognising this tree. This time of year. Horse chestnut. If you feel the buds, they're sticky. Sticky buds on a horse chestnut. That's a conker tree. That one. Beautiful house, isn't it? Look at that. So we're not far now. It's about a 40-minute walk from the campsite. There's a little village shop, a pub, funnily enough. However, the pub, this time of year, isn't open on Mondays and Tuesdays. Guess what today is? Flipping Monday. Dope. We're in Henham now. Look at that old cottage there. Look at the roof on that. Wow. All the moss growing on it. That's beautiful. Absolutely stunning old thatched cottage. And there's another one there. Look at that. Picture postcard. Beautiful. What a place. There's another one there. Gorgeous. There's quite a few thatched cottages around here. Some over there as well. So here there's a pub, I think a hairdresser's, and a little village shop, which we're going to find. There's a church there, which it looks like they're renovating. That's the entrance to the church, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like they're renovating that. Beautiful church. Looks like the one in Allsit, doesn't it? Yeah. Lovely. There's the pub. This one's for you, Mark. Sadly, not open. It's like open reach are doing some stuff, and it looks like, yeah, the old church is under renovation. Doing some stuff there. There's another thatched cottage in here. Stunning. There's an old water pump. What a beautiful little village. Absolutely lovely. That campsite's really nice. Really nice and peaceful there. A lovely night's kip. I can't sleep indoors. I end up with all aches and pains. I go in a flipping van and I'm perfect. Well, far from perfect, but you know what I mean. Look at that. Snowdrops. Now snowdrops, all parts of it are toxic. they'll all do you damage. However, I think there's a chemical compound in it called galantamine, and they use that for migraines, the chemical compound in it, for migraines, and also to help with Alzheimer's. There's a good little story about this. When the Victorians went to, I think it was Bulgaria or something like that, years ago, if I recall, and they see a shepherd rubbing snowdrops on his forehead, or forehead as we call it here. And I was like, what are you doing that for? And the guy said, it's an old tradition, an old medicine we use when we've got a headache. We rub snowdrops on our forehead. So they took some back, checked out the chemical compounds in it, and lo and behold, it was a pain reliever, a nerve blocker if you like. There you go. Mother Nature is the best healer. Clever, and I can't go by looks. It's flipping glorious here. Absolutely beautiful little Essex village. There we go, there's another thatched cottage there. Still got the old signs, the old Victorian signs. It's like an epitaph there, cenotaph, sorry. But what a beautiful village, loads of thatched cottages here. And a village duck pond. What's that, little moorhen? Little moorhen in there. And moorhen has got red on its bill, and a coot has got white on its bill. And the way you remember that is moorhen has got an R in it. R is for red. Coot hasn't. There you go. Have a little walk down here. Feed the old ducks with your nippers. Well, cool. And that there, that thatched building, is a little shop. How cool is that? What a beautiful place. I love these little Essex villages. When you get out into the countryside, it is absolutely flipping stunning. Beautiful. Quite close to Suffolk, I think. But not too far from Bish Bosh, as we call Bishop Stortford. I mean, look at that village shop. Come on. What? Is there a duck in here? Oh no, look. I'll zoom in for you. There's a duck in the little duck house, making a nest. That's well cool, isn't it? Oh, little mummy duck. Little mummy mallard. Oh, look. Safest place for you, darling. Got her own moat. Right. Henham village shop and post office. Let's go and have a goosey gander in there. Little horsey, just waiting outside the shop now for some empha. Just went in there and got some staples. Eggs, bacon, sausages, beer and wine. That's what you have in a motorhome when you go camping, isn't it? Sammy's just gone in now. It's got essentials in there. It's not a massively well-stocked shop, but it's got bread, wraps, some frozen stuff, cereals, jarred and tinned goods, sauces and that, ice creams, wine, a few different spirits, that sort of stuff. But that is got to be one of the coolest little shops I've been in. Absolutely stunning. Robin singing. Right, so we've come out of the village now, we've done our shopping, got a few bits, and we're going to go down. If you come back the way you walk into Henham, there's a bridleway sign. So we're going to head down now, see where that takes us. But I think it cuts off all that part of the road that we walked down to get here. And you see the red building in the background? Just to the side of that you can see Gladys, so you can actually see the van from here. Brother's just phoned me up, he's bought a VW camper van, brand new one. Flipping happy days, well done bruv, that's going to be brilliant. Now he's had a motorhome and a camper van beforehand, but yeah, he's just bought another one, take two little babies away in. Well cool, road trip! You ain't going to be able to see this, but over there Look like two fallow does, two female fallow deer. I've seen lots of fallow tracks around here. I'll see if I can find some more, show you what a fallow track looks like, but you won't be able to see it, long way away. Just heading down here now. I don't know what that is there. It looks like they've planted a vineyard on that hill now. I think that looks like that's, in my pigeon sense, that's south facing. And that looks like a vineyard they've just planted up. Anyway, let's get through this lot. Go and have a look. So there's a fallow print there. You see it? There. There's another one there. That one's quite splayed out because it's soft ground there, so that's probably a 4 foot. And you've got this one here. So the rounded tips. Each individual part are called cleaves or slots. There's another one there. So that'll be the front foot because it's deeper and heavier, and the heaviness is where all the engine room is, all the body parts, organs and that. And then that'll probably be a rear one, but that's a bit more solid there. Ground than there. Not too much more, but it is. Also, that's on the outside of that print. So, which can mean different things, but that may be a pregnant doe. Where the hips have moved slightly, pushing the rear leg out as it's walking. That's why you've got that straddle there. Interesting. JP's rant of the day. Camping and caravanning club. Right. Where's my soapbox? My mum and dad used to be at Kelvin and Hatch on a seasonal pitch near Brentwood in Essex, owned by the Camping and Caravanning Club. This is what sort of snidey little gits they are. I've heard quite often, and they're not very nice to their employees, their wardens. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Someone underneath in the comments might be able to have a moan up about that. But they used to have a seasonal pitch there. They had it for a year, right? And last year my dad said he sees some blokes walking around with suits on. And he said to the wardens, "You're not selling this, are you?" And they went, no. He went, "Oh, all right." Anyway, that's been open since 1950 something, that campsite. I've been going there for 50 years. That campsite with my mum and dad. Anyway, literally a month before my mum and dad were going to go and get their van and take it down there, they get a letter from the Camping and Caravanning Club saying they've sold the site. So I had a comment on one of my videos the other day, my Kelvin and Hatch one that I did there actually, saying it's been sold to a French leisure company. I can't remember what it's called now. Anyway, my brother's done a search online as well, and he says it's been sold to a building firm to put houses on it. Now, if that's the case, they've left it and not told no one, took everyone's deposits for their seasonal pitches for this campsite and deposits for going camping there during a year. They've took all that and now they've sent everyone a letter saying we've sold the site, you can't have your seasonal pitch. So now my parents, who are pensioners, have got to wait, even though they paid it in and they had it the same day. Now they've got to wait to get their flipping deposit back, which wasn't cheap. So Camping and Caravanning Club, you are snides. Dirty, backstabbing, round in the back door snides. That's proper whammy up, that is. A month. They knew they'd sold that. They flipping knew it. It's disgusting, isn't it? And because of that, the Camping and Caravanning Club can go and shove it, because I'm cancelling my membership. Because you're flipping too dear anyway. I'd rather go to little sites like this, really nice sites owned by people that are nice people, and they're not running it so much as a great big conglomerate business. They're running it for their own pleasure and their own, to give them a bit more extra cash. Happy days. There we go. JP's rant of the day. Sammy's doing the rant of the day dance. Right, anyway, apart from that, looks like there's a lake over here. A big lake. Down the bottom now. And we're going up here. That does look to me like they've planted grapes there. Massively. Anyway, let's go and have a look, eh? I'll stop moaning for now. There we go. Yeah, look like grapevines, don't they? I say they might have just planted it. Looks like they've been there a while. Ooh, nice. Wine. There we go. Fallow deer poo. Now, a clump of fallow deer poo is called a crotty. And each individual one is called a fumet. A fumet. There we go. There's Sammy. It's getting towards raptor o'clock. Yep, 12 o'clock. Raptor o'clock, sort of early afternoon, when the sun's at the highest and the ground's the warmest, producing the best thermals. And just as I said that, there's a buzzard circling overhead. And there was two circling above us yesterday when we got here. There's another load there, look. Deer raisins, there's quite a few. Yeah, a couple circling over the top of us yesterday, and a kite. I've just seen something else. And that, there, who knows what that is? Come on, what's the white stuff in bird poo? Uric acid. Now, I reckon that is probably a kestrel. That's set up there, splattered down, because usually a bird of prey will produce more of that, and they cock their tail and squirt it out, basically. And then the majority of the food is coughed up in a pellet or a cast, which are very interesting if you find them. I'll pick loads of them apart. They're like Meccano kit for naturalists. Brilliant. Right, looks like we're going down here. Oh no, that is over there, look.
Like Silent Hill.
It's like Silent Hill, the video game over there. It's a flipping clothes dummy with no arms. Well, hopefully it is. It's not the zombie holocaust started already. There we go. Going down here now. There we go, it's a different poo. That there, let me see that. There's a lot of uric acid, but in amongst that is that brown stuff. That be pigeons. Now sat up there and plopped. That's a pigeon poo, that one. We're walking down this little track now, it's lovely. This walk is a lot nicer than the one along the road. Beautiful. Really nice little path. Got loads of birds singing around us, great tits. Little robins, blue tits. Just seen a buzzard, a kestrel. Look at that. Now, a lot of these trees are elm. There's some elm in here, which are all dead. Dutch elm's disease. Where the beetle that transports Dutch elm's disease flies at 30 foot. So and they fly along the hedges and tree lines until they find at 30 foot a tall elm, land on it, go down, burrow into it, and knacker it. So all the ones under 30 foot all survived for quite a long time. If I can speak properly. There's been a murder. Look. One now, that'd be the same one.
Was it?
Yeah. Pigeon. No carcass. Let's have a look at the feathers. Right, these have been pulled out. So, quite possibly, they look alright. When a feather's snipped off, it's generally a fox. And because there's no carcass there, that may have been took out by a sparrowhawk. Down this tube, if you like. They fly along the edges and down areas like this until they spook a bird. The bird comes out, well, they've got it. But then what you'll find is a load of little feathers, like we saw on this side of the path, loads of little feathers all fluffed up, That'll be from the breast, because what they do is they pull the head off. Swallow that, because that's where all the goodness is, in the brain. That's why zombies eat your brain. And then flip it over on its back, wings out, peck away at the feathers on its breast, and then eat the breast meat. And then Mr. Foxy comes along. Yum, 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 pack lunch, and he takes the rest of it away. Secondary predation, that's known as. There's another little coppice in there.
Lovely.
It's lovely in here, isn't it? I like little dingly dells like this, lots of rabbits in there. It's nice and cool in there. Believe it or not, it's flipping warm today, isn't it? Sammy's got her coat off. I've got my lightweight Fjell Raven on. And a t-shirt, and I'm still red hot. I could have worn a t-shirt though, because I'm hard.
What are these big fruits?
Fallow deer, the big ones. Fallow deer. It's a voyage of discovery. So I was going to give you a normal JP outro, however, just at the crest of this hill, behind our van, there's a herd of fallow deer. Beautiful light shining on them. So I thought, you've listened to me moan twice, let's give you a nice outro with some beautiful nature and some fallow deer. How's that? I've seen my first butterfly today, brimstone, flying down the side of the woods there. Absolutely fantastic. And there I'm faced with this herd of fallow. Just over there, where my camera's pointing. Luckily the wind's coming from that way, blowing the white across me, so they can't smell me. Otherwise they'd be off. Anyway, I'll leave you some footage, some photos, or maybe just some footage. You take care, stay safe and stay sane. I hope you enjoy this. You have a lovely day. Peace to you all. Catch you soon. Bye.